welcome to the late night truck stop. This is Christy, and it is currently almost 6 o'clock in the morning. So, late night? No. But that's the name of. It's not the name of the game. I was gonna say that's the name of the game, but the name of the game is American Truck Simulator. So, alright, let's get going. Do it. Yeah, continue game. I'm a pro gamer. Job market. Let's see. I think we were in Yakima. Yeah, the last video was the Yakima Grange. Alright, where do we want to go? I'm not really familiar with the Oregon area, so that's a lot of money. Oh, let's do that. Take job. It's gonna be a long one, but it's okay. Okay. We're in business. I'm gonna try really hard not to run into anything. Oh my god, if we have to do this again, I might scream. Okay. It doesn't look like we took any damage. Okay. Okay. Look at us. We're just popping right along. Olympia, Washington. I did talk about how that is the capital of Washington State. I have been to the Capitol building, but that was a very sad day for me. We found out my dad and I went. We found out some really bad news while we were there, so just kind of it was really cool. And I think we saw whoever the governor was at that time. We saw him there. I don't remember who it was. The only reason why I know who the governor is now is because of the pandemic. So I really should be better about things like that. Okay. Yeah, see? Look at this. We didn't crash into that car. We're a little wonky, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna want to get into. I'll get into that lane in a minute. Or I guess we're getting into that lane right now. So today I wanted to talk about relationships. I had a situation happen a few days ago that has really been on my mind, and it's something that I'd like to have a platform to talk about it, and, maybe if someone listens to this, maybe it can help them, I broke up with someone 2 years ago, but we were still seeing each other, we were still spending the night and seeing each other each time I went to go visit his town, and I thought he was a good guy, bit of an asshole sometimes, but I tolerated it because I just thought that I was being a good person that way. And I at least was trying to get back together with him, but after what happened a few days ago, that's not what's gonna happen. So I dated this guy for 4 years. And we kept saying over the last 2 years, even after we've broken up, it doesn't really seem like we broke up, We were still treating each other the same. And so I'm gonna go visit his town in a few days, and I had a dream about him, It was a nice dream. We used to work for the same restaurant, and so we would just joke around and have a good time. And so I texted him and I said hi, and he was just being a big old dick. And guess what? It's because he was drunk, like he always is. Like he kept saying, "What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want from me?" And I'm like, I literally just wanted to say hi. Like that's all I wanted. I just wanted to say hi and that I was gonna be in town, but if he's gonna give me an attitude like that, like never mind. And he just kept, and it was like a light switch went off. I was like, wow, I really let him treat me like this, huh? For 6 years. A big part of it is because I didn't have a lot of self worth or self esteem, which is another thing. Self image and stuff is something that I would like to have a separate episode about. But I didn't view myself in a good light. I didn't think that I deserved a good love. So I let him treat me like that because that's how I viewed myself. I felt like I deserved to be treated like that. And for anyone out there who feels that same way, it's not true. Please don't think like that. Please don't waste 6 years of your life emotionally invested in someone who doesn't deserve you. Because you know what? He didn't deserve me. Yeah, I tried to end things with him a couple of times, and I just couldn't because I'm loyal to a fault. And that's something that I'm trying really hard to manage within myself and, let go of people who don't deserve me. God, he's such an asshole. And he told me that. He's one of those guys who says, I'm an asshole. And I just keep thinking
you
about,
shouldn't be with me.
because I met him when I first moved to college, right? And so as I'm
don't
like,
say that
about yourself and, thinking about, man, I shouldn't have gone through with him, stop. Okay, stop. Okay. Because of this situation and that kind of light switch going off where I was like, oh man, like, he's just an asshole, and I shouldn't have, I just shouldn't have been so emotionally invested in him. And so because of that, I've been thinking back. There's always reasons to stay with people, right? Like, he wasn't just an asshole all the time. If he was just a mean person all the time, of course I wouldn't have dated him. We had good times together. We would have jam sessions, where he would play guitar. And we would just like stay up all night until the sun came up, playing music together, and which was really lovely. To me, he was funny and intelligent, but like that quote from BoJack Horseman, if you look at someone through rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags. And that's what it was. It was just me only wanting to see the good and ignoring all the bad, and that's not healthy. He had a lot of trauma that he needed to work through, and he didn't. And another thing I've been thinking about lately is like, I had a lot of really great friends in college, and I keep thinking about the fact that, like, a lot of them were showing signs that they were interested in me, and I ignored it, because up until that point, I had only been in two pretty serious relationships up until that point. When I was 18, my ex-girlfriend asked me out, and then we were in a relationship for 2 years. And then 6 months after that, I met my ex. And so pairing that with the self-worth thing. So up until then, I had only thought that two people had found me attractive and had wanted to be with me, And again, it's the self-esteem and the self-worth thing. Like, of course that wasn't true. But that's what I believed. Now that I think back on it, lots of my friends were giving me lots of better friends, lots of good friends. were giving me signs that they were interested in me. And, oh, please ignore this. Okay. And of course, this was 6 years ago. And I'm just now realizing that my life could have been so much different been if I hadn't been emotionally invested in someone who wasn't worth my time. And all of this happened before they all have girlfriends now, and they're all going off and living their own life now. But yeah, what if I had any sort of self-worth? My life would have been so much different. And if I was a narcissistic asshole, I would message them and be like, dude, you were totally giving me signs that you wanted to be with me. But you know what? Good on them for respecting my bad decisions. They all told me that my boyfriend wasn't a good guy, and they all told me that they don't understand why I'm with him, but they still didn't judge. And that's a good friend, and they never put any pressure on me. Yeah, I just keep thinking about if I had seen those signs. My life would have been so much different if I had been with a good person. Someone who actually cared about me. My ex-boyfriend, I know that gift giving can be a love language. And I know that a lot of people don't care about gifts or monetary value at all, which is fine. And I honestly, like, God, I really hope I don't sound privileged or whatever, but like, giving gifts is an important part of a relationship, I think, if your partner likes that kind of a thing. Not everyone does. But it's important to me. And besides, paying for dinner every once in a while and going out to movies and paying for it every once in a while, he got me one gift in the 4 years that we were together. Never bought me a Valentine's Day gift. Never bought me a Christmas gift. Only bought me one birthday gift. I don't want anything expensive. I don't want fucking Tiffany jewelry or whatever. Just flowers of, I was thinking about you. And Cheez-Its. Just, if you buy me Cheez-Its. I know that these are your favorite type of Cheez-Its, and they made me think of you. And you know what? That's an okay thing to ask for. And I told myself that I didn't care, and I tried to convince myself that I didn't care that he didn't give me any gifts. But you know what? I actually care a lot. I care a lot about it. So for anyone who's listening, pay attention to the people around you. The person that you're emotionally invested in, should you be? Are there better people around you? If I could go back in time, I'd do things differently, and I'd pay attention to those things and those signs that other people were giving me, and I'd take my relationships in a different direction. But of course, there's nothing I can do about it now. All of them have girlfriends, all of them have moved on. At least I know now to pay attention to the people around me. Now I understand that I deserve good things, and that people do like me. I didn't think I would cry during this episode, but I'm getting a little teary-eyed. And you know what? If you're single and you haven't found anyone in your life, that's totally okay. These last 2 years that I've been single have been some of the greatest ever, and I should have been single these last 6 years, honestly. Like, it's been really lovely. I just go out and have a good time, and I don't have to, answer to anyone, and I don't have to be emotionally invested in people. And if you're hoping for a partner one day, you'll find one. Or you know what? Maybe you won't. And that's okay. That's all okay. And you know what? Let's say you're someone out there who thinks of yourself as an asshole, who doesn't deserve a good relationship because you don't think that you're a good person. Please be better. Please go seek therapy. He would just watch YouTube videos of people talking about depression and stuff, and that's not acceptable. Just go to therapy. And I know that therapy sucks, and I know that admitting that you have something wrong with you really sucks, and it isn't a part of our machismo culture or anything, but please go to therapy. And please try to be a better person. Don't just say, I'm an asshole, and then just leave it at that. Please be better. We're not doing so good staying in the lane, but oh my god, knock on wood, but we haven't crashed yet, so we're almost there. Wow. We're doing a good job. Yeah, in my first relationship with my ex-girlfriend when we were 18, there were a lot of things that I learned about myself in that relationship. Like the fact that I was very emotionally manipulative. And you know what? That's a hard thing to accept about yourself. And it's a hard thing to change. For example, we were talking about going shopping for Black Friday or something, and I was like, hey, let's go tonight. And she said, no, I think I'm going to go tomorrow. And I said something along the lines of, if you never agree to hang out with someone, no one is going to want to hang out with you. And she said, Christy, I can't believe you just said that. That's very emotionally manipulative. And I said, at first, my first reaction was, how dare you say that to me? But then I stopped and I thought about it and I was like, oh, that's not an okay thing to say. And I had been like that throughout our entire relationship. So I had to step back and I had to think to myself, oh my God. Like, I was saying things that wasn't okay for me to say. You know what? That doesn't make me a bad person. It just means that I gotta work on myself. And so maybe that's something that you gotta work on too, When someone points something out to you, of course the first thing you're gonna think is, how dare you? Like, there's nothing wrong with me. But you gotta realize there's lots of things wrong with you. There's lots of things wrong with me. There's lots of things wrong. And, we can't dwell on it like my anxiety did for several years after that. But we just gotta realize, like, we're just human beings, and human beings do bad things sometimes. We don't mean to, and we gotta work on ourselves. And so now, I think before I don't say things like that anymore. A lot of people wonder, they ask me how I'm such a good person, I'm so honest, and that's because I was a bad person. I was emotionally manipulative. I would use my mental illness to try to control the people around me, and I'm very jealous, and that doesn't make me a bad person. What would make me a bad person is if all those things were happening and I didn't do anything about it, and I just let that behavior continue. So I didn't. I learned to look inwards and think to myself, well, okay, well, what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate, So, I guess what I want to say is just take care of yourselves, friends. Look inwards and don't let your anxiety, think that you're a bad person all the time. Are those people having a party? I think those people are having a party. Don't they know that there's a pandemic going on around here? Just try to be good people. I think that's all I gotta say. Just try to be good to each other and try to be good to yourself, please. As someone who wasn't good to myself for 26 years, try to be good to yourself, okay? And self-care isn't just bubble baths and chocolate, which is very important. It's also doing things you don't want to do, like, oh, I don't know, go to therapy. And it's cutting people out of your life that you don't want to cut out of your life. And it's working on yourself. Proceed to unloading area. Head towards the red flag. You don't have to tell me how to pummel head first into a red flag, am I right? Anyway, I think that'll be the video. If you have any topics that you'd like discussed, or if you want any advice on anything, please let me know, okay? And let me know if this was helpful to you in any way as well. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.